So I don't think there is such a thing as a single definition of a good board member. If I were running a company today and I were selecting a board, I would want a diversity of board members. And I have a few different objectives here. When I say diversity, I mean diversity in many dimensions. I would love to have diversity ethnically, gender diversity, racial diversity. I'd love to have all that, not just because I think it's a good thing to do, but because I think that people who've had different life experiences are going to bring different perspectives to the table. And again, if you think about how I described it, as a board member, I want to communicate my perspective, but I want to let the CEO make their decision. Well, the more diverse the perspectives around the table are, the more information the CEO is going to get about how customers, about how employees, et cetera, work. I also want diversity around skill sets. So I think about a board as sort of like a football team. And I use a sports analogy. I apologize, I'll be specific. When we talk about basketball team, you have 5 people, all of whom can basically do the same thing. Any of the 5 people can get a ball, they can dribble, they can shoot. You have 5 good skilled dribblers and shooters, you're going to do well. Some are offense, some are defense, so it's not that specialized. A football team is very specialized. You have someone whose only job it is to kick the ball between the uprights. You have somebody whose only job it is to pass the ball. Somebody whose only job is to catch the ball, right? Blocks, be a center. And a board is sort of like a football team. And what I want somebody who has deep industry expertise. I want somebody who has scaling expertise in the range, not where I've been, but where I'm going. Right? Forward. So if I'm at 10 million, I want someone who's taken a company from 10 to 30 to 100, right? I want somebody who has deep financial expertise, who's going to help me with connections and with structuring that next round. I want somebody who has deep operational experience, who I can go to and say, oh, I've got a problem. I have 2 VPs who are fighting and whatever it is. I want somebody who has deep sales expertise. Now, and I could make a Venn diagram of all of the skills I need in my company. Some of them, the management team is going to have. I don't need that on my board. And then I'm identifying what the holes are, and I'm trying to fill those holes of expertise with my board. Now, you're not going to do it perfectly. You're always going to have some holes, and you shouldn't have a giant board. The way I described it, it sounds like you need a 15-person board.
Right.
For startups, your first board, when you get your first money, should be 3 people, right? And then maybe you get a little further, you do your next round, you add another investor, maybe you have 5. But, boards of more than 5 get to be a little difficult to manage, scheduling and timing and signatures and all that stuff. So in this early stage where I play, I don't think I'm on a board that has more than 5 people. So some people will play multiple roles, right? So me, I'm an operator first. I feel like I have lots of operating experience. I have decent financial skills. I give talks on financial modeling all over the world, literally. So maybe I fill 2 holes. But that's how I think about a board. It's a football team. You need a various set of skills. Map what skills you have, see where your holes are, and bring people on who can help fill those holes, knowledge holes.